everyone and welcome to another The Cycle meta video. Today we're gonna discuss about the kits and abilities meta. Probably they would rather have two different clips, but I'll make this one a bit longer. So let's start with the kits. Right now this patch brought a lot of changes to the kits. First of all, they added air inaccuracy, which made the Quicksuit and the Dragonfly a bit less viable. It also changed a bit on what you could do with the Boxer, but it mostly affected Quicksuit and Dragonfly. So we have here the tier list. We have A, B, C and F. We don't have an S tier. So in the A tier, so kind of meta, is the Boxer kit. I like to run the Boxer with this setup right now. Here you can also play with the super duper jump. It can help you get on high ground and chase people and all this stuff. Then we have heal on kills. When you kill a monster or you form a player, you get the 100 HP. Like, you get healed by 100 HP, which is very good because you can even use it mid-fight, or can help you when the mobs hit you too much. You can keep killing them without having to back up and have to wait for the regen. In this slot, I'm opting for the reduce damage while sprinting. It's a 20% reduction. It's working all the time, and I'm also doing a strange combo with it that I will explain a bit later when we get to the abilities. Another viable option might be low HP defense. It gives you a pretty high movement speed boost that can get you out of situations, but because of the weapon meta, including the Gorgon, it's very hard to get out of fights and regen. Also, improved regen can be good, but you're gonna deal with like a 15-20% slower ability cooldown speed. In the last slot, I'm using Pistol Master because it's the best one. You get less movement speed for faster ability cooldown, so it's not worth it. And in your damage, you give 15% damage and take 30 more, so 30%. So also you are now very inaccurate in the air, so it doesn't worth it. This is it with the Boxer. You can check some of my gameplay videos and see how I play this. I will try to make more tutorials and post more gameplays in the future, if that can help you improve and stuff. Then we have the B tier suite, which is Dragonfly right now. I'm running it with slow and steady. Here you want to use the heal on kills. Here you want to... There's nothing that can really suit it for real, but with slow and steady, like when you run away, you're gonna be anyways on the ground, and you can use this mod to get the less damage. And Pistol Master. Right now you are pretty inaccurate when you are in the air, so there are some guns that can really work with the Dragonfly without dealing with the spread. For example, Gorgon is one of them. And Manticore is another gun that doesn't suffer from the inner inaccuracy. You also have the Comrade that can be used, but I know it's not that strong anymore. and Zeus Beam, but doesn't really work so well. So if you really want to play Dragonfly, I would recommend to play it with Gorgon and Manticore as a 500 AR. The third kit, like the C-Tire, is the Quicksuit. You want to have the armor dodge, since it's 50% cooldown reduction when you dodge to the left or right or backwards. Heal on kills. Here I didn't really find a mod that fits. I wanted to try how valuable can be less interruption, since they removed the penalty that it had before. But you can go with even stronger shields, because you are basically sliding all the time. So I'm not sure if it affects the slide speed right now, but if it does, it's not worth it. You can go with Improve Regen and deal with the slower ability cooldowns, low HP defense, or reduce damage while sprinting. I think the best fit would be it does damage while sprinting, because it's working during the wall time, and yeah, or maybe Improve Regen, just stick with this one. Pistol Master. The gun also, the kit also suffers from the same issue with the inherent inaccuracy, so the main usable guns for this kit are also the Manticore and the Gorgon, but you can also use the trench gun and the shutter gun, the Quicksuit, jump around people and shoot them. Also, with every kit you can still be on the ground and use the guns, but it takes away from the abilities, the special parts of the suits, like the slides and the dodges and the jumps, and the fact that you can fly around. So you have to choose to make a choice. I would say Boxer Warsuit is the best for all of these situations. Then we also have Augment. Augment doesn't have anything extra. It's basically a worse version of the Dragonfly. It has some cooldown reduction, but it's not really worth it, since the meta abilities are some that basically anyways use once in a fight. So this is it, the kit, meta and the tire list. So we have A tire with Boxer, B tire with Dragonfly, C tire with Quicksuit, and F tire with Augment. There's no reason to use it, to be honest. Alright, also abilities. Okay, so this are the 4 main abilities I use. I don't usually put anything here. Maybe sometimes I swap the Trisphere for the ward, but in a team you want to have somebody that carries both of them, like one of them, so you have a ward in your team and also at least one Trispheres. So let's speak about the meta abilities and the utility that they bring. So basically, if you can't escape from fights and there is a lack of mobility, the best way to win the fights is to be able to survive as long as possible. So with this setup you can get a big advantage over your enemies that don't use the same setup, and most likely most of them won't. And also, if you go against somebody that uses the same setup, it just comes to who does that better and who has more mechanical and overall skill. So we have in the S tier, we have Stand Your Ground, Kinetic Barrier, and Warp. If you are playing solos, I would recommend to go either with Barrier or Stand Your Ground and Warp. Most likely Kinetic Barrier, because in case of a third party it allows you more space to be able to reposition and get away. Then with Warp, that's the main goal in case of third party, in case you want to chase somebody to finish him, in case you are trying to run away from someone that maybe doesn't have a Gorgon, or you can like break the line of sight very well. It can save you many times. For squads, the main setup would be having Stand Your Grounds, maybe somebody with Directional Warp, which would be like a flank, or maybe he would warp behind the enemy's kinetic barriers to get a finish, or to have a jump on them. It can be very useful. It's a risky play, but can be very rewarding. He just warps behind the barriers, he pops Stand Your Ground. If they all focus them, there is also like 3 others that still push and shoot the enemies in the same time, so you're most likely gonna win. Yeah, so Stand Your Ground basically gives you double HP. You can't really move, you're very slow, but your HP and shield bar both double. Like if you are full shield and HP and max level on Boxer, so 1200, you have 2400 for the duration of the Stand Your Ground. So as fast as you use the Stand Your Ground is better, since if you have like 600, like if you have no shield and you only have your health bar, you basically use this ability and have back your shield, kind of like you have double your HP. Like you take half of the damage, basically. That's the idea. You take half of the damage. It's a 50% damage reduction. So it's very, very strong. You can also, like if you are the main focus of the enemies, you can start running very slow, but it still works. You can still run like very slow, and the reduce damage while sprinting also enters, activates, and you take a total of 70% less damage. Then the barrier, it's very simple. It's a pretty big shield. Place it, it stays there for, I don't know, 15-20 seconds, enough. It has 1,500 HP, so it's gonna go down pretty fast, but it's gonna tank that damage, so it will absorb the damage that you would take if you didn't have the barrier. So these are the 3 main abilities that you kind of have to play with if you want to get an edge over your enemies. These are very strong, and for example, it brought a big success in this weekend, this Sunday. We had a tournament, Clash of Prospectors, and we ran this meta, like this build I made, and we won. It was pretty strong. Then we also have the ward, the surveillance ward, that can be very useful. You can have somebody just having Stand Your Ground and warp, and somebody having just Stand Your Ground and ward, and have 2 kinetic barriers. The ward is very helpful to give away enemy's position, not get a surprise attack, don't get flanked, don't get third partied. If you see somebody third partying, you can start to reposition, and it's like knowing like information is a very strong tool in this game. So this is a very good ability. It's in the 8th tier. It's kind of meta, not very like a must, but it's kind of meta. Then we have the beat tier. Here we have some abilities that just kind of got buffed. Orbital Barrage, Orbital Bombardment, Precision Strike, Grenade. Heavy Turret got nerfed, but it's still the turret. It deals a lot of damage. Safeguard and Triage. So Triage is more like an utility ability. I tried it with the Kinetic barrier and put Triage behind, but it doesn't heal enough for it to be very, very strong. You can stack them together, but you can make them work, but it requires more or luck, let's say, because if you get your barriers down, if you place the barriers, then you place the Triage and they drop your barriers, they can probably easily shoot your Triage and destroy them, and you remain with nothing. Well, the stand your ground, nobody can take it from you, and it's there the whole time, giving 50% damage reduction. I wouldn't say I would use any other ability from this tier, maybe just for fun, or you can maybe make something work. In the C tier we have Concealment, Cloak, Protective Shell and Skirmish Sphere. They all got like very strange utility that doesn't necessarily help you have a very big advantage over your enemies. And in the F tier we have Adrenaline Shot, or Boost, Cloaking Device, Evasion Cloak, and Energy Turret and Health Boost. All of them are pretty much useless right now. You shouldn't play any of these. Yeah, you shouldn't play any of these ones. So play around with the Directional Warp barrier and stand your ground. I will maybe post some gameplay using the barrier and the stand your ground so you get the hang of it, because you have to know when to use them, so you don't either use them too early or too late, since your enemy can realize you pop stand your ground and he can just let you there standing still while he just is out of your fire and wait for your ability to be gone, and he gets the advantage on you. You have to bait them a bit, let them shoot a bit, they give you a bit of damage, make them to come closer, then magic happens. A lot of you just need practice, and you will make them work for you most of the time. Nothing is perfect without a lot of practice. So this is the main thing about the kits and the abilities. Voltaic Brute is still very strong. I will show you my mod setup if it works. It actually doesn't, but okay, it works now. So heavy battery, energy cycler and heavy stack is what I use. You can also use the hollow sight if you want. I just prefer it like this. So this is it for now. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the support on the last video. It got a bunch of love, and thank you for that. Sorry again for my mistakes and my bad English. Trying to improve on everything, and hope to bring you more helpful content. Have a good day. Peace.